Daddy's Bengals, that's the team we're gonna cheer.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we kick off Week 3 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. These guys need to play with a better sense of urgency, trying to avoid a daunting 0-3 hole to start the year. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys off to a much better start, 2-0 through 2 weeks of football. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And frankly, this is the type of game that a great quarterback relishes, because 0-2 on the road, everything's against him and his team. No one can expect them to win. Sometimes you band together real tight in that situation, and if he plays really well, they've got a chance to get that done.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, obviously, he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And that will be incomplete.
That's the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
That's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up second and a yard.
Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
At the 15-yard line.
Let's get set.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 16-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Flush to his right. This is caught. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 41-yard line.
13 yards. And the Chargers' 1st down.
Shotgun snap and then to give to Sanders. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. This is 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. To the right side, he finds his receiver Harris. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put
touchdown Chargers from 6 yards away. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Burrow looking to pass. Able to find Higgins.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts.
That's good.
As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
First and 10 at the 49-yard
Here we go, here we go.
line.
Right 80. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brings up
Here we go.
second and a yard.
Now it's Burrow.
42-yard line.
Got him in. It's Brown. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's another Cincinnati Bengals.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
My man.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. McPherson's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on first and 10.
I'm one. Ready?
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's get set. Stop.
They defer to Brown to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Here's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Burrow now off the bootleg. That's going to be caught downfield by Brown. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 29 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 7. Evan McPherson will kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Herbert. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. So we need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Shamar Stewart in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Taking it about the 36. Nice little juke. Nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Here we go, here we go.
Up the middle they go. Tyson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 7.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Tyson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Tyson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done, because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Here's Herbert. Now this one finds McConkey. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, It's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the 50, here's Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Set.
Going for it with Sanders. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Now 1st and goal. Now it's Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
Throwing Herbert
at the 6-yard line.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
6-yard line.
Lie and lock. Go.
Herbert. And this is caught out for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Here's Higgins out on the right side. Well, the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Here we go, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
Here we go with Burrow. And he will have the Bengals first down. And it's celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. Now it's Burrow, as it comes with a minute 25 left to go in the contest. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's getting cold in here, partner, because it looks like he's trying to ice this one away. Yeah, I know, bad dad joke, but what the heck, right? Scrambling for that first after the deep blanketed his receivers. That's a backbreaker for the defense. They finish this drive off with 6, and this one could be over.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
I'm one, right?
2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no win, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
Well, they had one final chance here on the kick return, but no chance on the other side that they were going to let him navigate all the way to the end zone, Charles. And that ends up being the final play in this one.
Yeah, you're right about that. Special teams coaches, they spend a lot of time working on these types of situations, and they go over every crazy possibility that can happen in this situation. They were able to cover successfully and end the game.
So for the Bengals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Fall is in the air and not a moment too soon. I'm Scott Hanson, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for Week 3. Lots to get to this week. We start in Cincinnati. The Bengals at home to take on the LA Chargers. And it's arguably the league's top tandem, Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase. 16 yards for the touchdown. The Bengals are off to a 3-0 start as they get the victory. Next up, it's Santa Clara, California. Let's look in on the Niners as they play host to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is the visitors' running back. He'll find an opening and take it in, a 6-yard rushing touchdown. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders taking on the Raiders. And this is the dynamic Jaden Daniels. He's going to find some open space, and he is gone. 32 yards on the touchdown run. Until next week, Scott Hanson, good night from Orlando.